guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's reading, I kind of got a little bit of insights that's going to happen already. So while I was in meditation, I was instructed to work with the Stitchite and serpentine. So when you look at it, you'll see specks of green, that's the serpentine, and then the Stitchite is also the purple one. It could also be known as Atlantisite. And so I have a piece here somewhere, and when it's in its tumbled form, it's really bright green, like it's hard to miss. So that's why I'm a little bit boggled why I couldn't find it, but I have so many rocks that I didn't want to come on screen today. Okay. So I was meditating with Stitchite, and it did have a message for us today. And so that's where this reading is going to come from. So as soon as I held it, I put it up, and just as like, same intention as always, what do we need to know? And I felt it go from my hands, the rock, shoot into my hands and go all the way up into my heart. And from there, I just started feeling more of this movement, flow within. And so let me just write down, because that was a couple hours ago. Oh yeah, so from the heart. And so this rock really wanted to work with the mind. And specifically when it comes to the mind, it wanted to deal with forgiveness and healing. So the reading today from Stitchite is, what can we do to find forgiveness for a situation that we need healing from? I just realized I watched one of my playback videos once, and it kept making sounds, and I thought it was the chair, but it's this little leaf here. Anyways, so, all right, as soon as I picked it up, fear came, right? And that's kind of what it pushed through. So this rock, we'll say myself, it was full of blockages, right? Fear, I had fear. And as soon as I picked it up, it just shot right through the fear, and like blasted it. And then from that was this encompassing of love. By holding that space, it set the stage for forgiveness to happen. And then from there, this song by En Vogue came to me, the Free Your Mind. So freeing your mind from this old heartache, this thing that you need to find forgiveness for. Is it for you to forgive them, or is it to forgive yourself? But the two specific parts that came up from the song was, before you can see me, you need to learn how to read me. And it talked about the colorblind. So not seeing things clearly, and that's exactly what fear is. Fear is having on this lens, or I don't know what the opposite of rose-colored glasses would be, but that's what like would be on, and so you don't see things for how they really are. It's being more emotionally manipulated to respond, rather than standing in your power and just seeing things without attaching to it. And so at the end of the meditation, Archangel, who was it again? Archangel Azrael came through. He didn't do much. He just let his presence be known. And so he is the archangel who kind of helps souls transition to the next stage of their life. And that's what he kind of showed in this. He said it is the end of a cycle. And so he really wanted to work into it that with every end or death is a rebirth or growth. Nothing is ever final. And so that's kind of the movement that I'm doing with my hands right now, is what they showed. And it almost is like an infinity symbol. But Yeah. So once he kind of showed up, and he showed that he's here to help take away this heaviness, this part of you that is ready to let go, a part of you that does need to, in a sense, die. It's that letting go of things that no longer serve you. And so from it, he shared, he's here to take your grief. And so there is a little bit of healing to do with grief and forgiveness. How are those two associated and connected to the situation? And so he says, a piece of you must be let go, and as I just said, in a sense, die. Because of that, then you'll be reborn, right? And from the ashes, we're having like a phoenix moment. The heart starts beating again. And from that, because everything, all the old clutter is gone, now it gets to fill up and pump with what it's being fueled with. And so in place of the fear, when working with the Stitchite, it really blasted love and forgiveness into the heart. So now, as the heart resurrects again, there's love and compassion. So there's a little bit of a healing story unfolding here. So that's what I picked up on. That's what this story's about. And so let's just pull a little bit more cards for the collective to tap into this a little more and see what else they have to share about forgiveness and healing and moving forward. For one person, they really wanted to specify that a part of you does need to be let go. You can't keep holding on to it and holding on to it. And if anything, like, there's no life in that. There's no energy. By that, I mean. And so if something isn't giving you energy, it is taking away now. It's depleting. There's a crack, something that we need to seal and heal in our auric field. Okay. So we got 5 cards here. So let's see what we got. Okay. First thing I forgot to mention in the last one was, once you have that rebirth moment, the stage to set yourself on a propelling forward motion, it's always the easiest, right? When you connect to those who are like-minded spiritually, those who want to see you grow and, help you keep accountable on your journey. That was the one part I forgot to mention, right? So now we'll get into the reading. So the first thing that comes up is 10 of Fire. 10 of Fire is 10 of Wands. And that is saying too much work, way too much burden, too much stress being piled. There's only 10 suits, and you pick up each wand, and each one was a passion, each one was an idea of something, and you collected these as you went. And now you're at the end. Now you've got all 10, but all 10 of these are super heavy, and it weighs on you. You're no longer feeling that light. Let's say these were ideas, business ideas. It would have, been something that was supposed to make your life easier. But at the 10 of Wands, what this is saying is too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health problems. So if you find that you are carrying the whole load, the whole burden of everything, and what they're showing me is not so much a situation outside of yourself. For some, yes, take that how that resonates, but for most of it, it is that stress, that burden inside you, that guilt that has not been quite dealt with. Guilt is the heaviest burden. Guilt is you being yourself and happy with yourself, but not feeling accepted to be yourself. So you hide it, shame, guilt. No, I'm talking shame. Guilt Guilt is feeling bad for doing something that you wanted to do, you felt called to do, and that mental battle that goes with it, from others telling that what you felt good to do or called to do isn't good. And then so now you're like, oh, like I really liked doing that, I'm not allowed to do that. And then you shove it down, you shove it down. And from there, you know, you still have that feeling because you haven't dealt with it. And so now you feel bad for having that feeling. That's what that kind of is. So stress-related health concerns, it can make you sick, especially if you're constantly pushing and ignoring. And like I said, this is a heavier emotion than the rest of them. So if you're trying to shove something down and never quite deal with it, it's easy to say, I want forgiveness, right? But it's actually the letting go and the surrendering, that choosing love, that feeling surrendered. It's hard. So the next one that comes from that is the 10 of Cups, in control, in reverse. And when I read it, it said a contented and rewarding family life, but it's not, it's in reverse. So by having this burden, by having this heavy heart, by having this guilt and shame and whatever emotion inside, it is stopping you from having the 10 of Cups in its happy, content life. Like it's the end goal kind of thing of what you think you want. And so I see this goal so far outside of yourself, and it's not really that far. It's just this heaviness has to be dealt with first before this can even manifest. Because over here we've got abundance in reverse. We've got dance in reverse, but then we do have rebirth. So abundance, it's saying enjoy the beauty of life. Apply your supply. Sorry, one more time. Enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. The dance would have said most of your body, move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. So what I see through this, right, in a happy flow state, when you are yourself, right, something comes to you, you just say it. You don't have to walk on eggshells and be scared of who's going to say it. That's when things are flowing, right? I'm seeing a little bit of throat chakra. If the throat can't speak it, there's something that needs to come up and out. Once it's out, it's going to be so easy to deal with, because it's that pit in your stomach feeling that is the real problem. It's the root of it, right? You feel it and then you go a little deeper and deeper. It all stems from there. But here we have the reinvent yourself. Whatever you did in the past, just know that you did the best with what you knew at that time. And I am hearing that there is one person watching who actually knew what they were doing, but they still chose otherwise. So for that person, own up to your mistakes, they say. That's it. It's like you knew you did something that you shouldn't have done. And so now by taking accountability is the route for you. But for those who, I'm seeing people, something happened to them, or, a situation happened. That's not something happened, but a situation happened. And now they're kicking themselves because of the way that they acted. But you didn't even have the knowledge or the skills to know how to act in that moment. So if that moment ever happened again, you definitely wouldn't be caught like that. And so take that and learn that lesson and embrace that lesson for future. Don't let your future happen like that again. What I'm being shown is they showed the night sky, and then they showed the rainbow and like sunshine, and like just the two extreme day and night. And that's what they're saying is when you have this rebirth, like when you have this moment, when you finally let go and you give this grief, this heavy, once you let that die, that part of you, just let it go, because there's just no life force to it. It's ready to be gone. And that's what Azrael is here to help with, this transition of this death and rebirth process. Things are going to change so quick. Manifesting like day and night. Like you think this was your life. And then we're showing me like hot tub time machine. You know, at the very end, you know, this is how his life was. And it was like crummy. And he just had like all these things, nothing going for him. Made all these wrong choices. But then at the end of the movie, right, they go back, they fix their things. There is no time machine for you to go back and fix things now, but you can take accountability. And so by taking accountability, when he went back to his normal time, well, everything was different. He couldn't recognize anything because he had a different house, different car, different wife, like different life. That's what they're saying. And so every day you wake up, it really is a series of choices. And the choices you make today will change the outcome for tomorrow. And so things that happened yesterday don't quite have as much power and outcome on things for tomorrow as most people give them credit. It's done. That energy is finito. If anything, that energy, all it did was help manifest things to the present moment. What you do in the present moment now is how you can miraculously create miracles. I am seeing a phoenix up in the fire here. There he is. And so whatever that is, that's trapped emotion. For some, I get grief. For some, it might be anger. For some, it just might be fear. Maybe working with a piece of Atlantisite. Maybe it is a past life issue. That's what I just like Atlantis. Maybe things one time, you know, you had your happy rainbow in a past life like Atlantis, and things were a lot more advanced and things were a lot more peaceful there. But then things turned and they went to night and things kind of collapsed and, you know, sunk. Is that a deep-rooted fear within you that you might not understand why you have it in this lifetime? I don't know, but you can find that through meditation. And so the serpentine is very good for helping with the meditating and those kind of things. And so together, they're just very good at helping you calm, focus the mind. And how do you meditate? You just do whatever you feel called to, right? You can just hold it and notice how your body changes or what you notice. Want to know what I think is cool about this rock? I wonder if it will show up on camera. It looks like a heart on the bottom. So, all right. Anything else, Spirit, that we could touch on? There's like somebody today, like somebody is just so serious and they're not having fun and they're just already manifesting a bad day. And I just saw Spirit like standing behind them, like what, like woo, like just like totally like waving their arms and being like loud and obnoxious and annoying. And they're like, celebrate more. There are things for you to look around and enjoy, and don't be so serious. That lightness, that fun that you bring to it will be kind of like the lever that helps like unstuck the heavy anger, grief, shame, sadness, whatever feeling it is that's trapped in you, that fear feeling, that's not you. And those are past actions. And like we said, it's only up until now. So right now, you can deal with it. you can release it, you can transmute it, and help it turn into a new chapter, new adventure. Wake up and have a totally different life if you go within and deal with the last little thing that's holding you back. You've got so much support around you. We've got Archangel Azrael already on deck, ready to take whatever negative feeling. And that's the thing that I find with a lot of healers and empaths. They're like, oh, like, you know, when they don't feel good, they're like, well, I didn't want you to feel how I felt. And so they keep it to themselves. And this is saying, like, no, you get to release and let all that heavy thing in out because they can handle it. And the lighting went weird here. Anyways, let's stop there. And I hope everyone has a great day. And, you know, happy releasing. Yesterday was a full moon, so full moons are very good at illuminating what we're ready to work on and let go of. And yeah, you know, it's just doing it and taking the accountability part of it. But I hope you don't have the belief that you don't deserve your hopes and wishes and dreams, because you do. You definitely do. And if you didn't, there wouldn't be so much support around you right now to help you work through this. And you do. All right. Bye, guys.